Hi there everyone, and welcome to this video. Today we are going to talk through the monitored fields functionality in Business Central. So the monitored fields functionality in BC is basically a tool that we can use to monitor fields within Business Central. So in that sense it's very similar to the change logs that we've been through in another video. But this functionality actually allows you to notify a user via email that a change has been made to a particular field. So let's get into setting this up. What I'm going to do is just come into the search here and just type in field monitoring. Okay, so first thing that we need to do is we come into our field monitoring setup, and I need to go ahead and set up a notification recipient. Okay, so this is the user ID of the person who's going to be receiving the notifications of changes that are made. Okay, so if I drop down here, you see this is just my users list within Business Central, and I can select one of the users that I want to be notified of that change to fields. Then the other thing, of course, the notification email account is one that needs to be set up as well. So this is the email account from which the emails that are being sent to our admin user are coming from. Okay, so when a change is made, an email in this system will be sent from the current user or the user that's logged in and made that change, and that email will be sent to the admin user. So you can set up other email accounts for this. This is just a demonstration environment. Sorry, so I've just set up the current user as an email account to use. Okay, so we do need to come back here and hit start on the field monitoring setup, just so that we are actually monitoring those fields. But before we do that, what we need to do is go ahead and jump onto the monitored fields worksheet, and on here we can go ahead and literally add the fields that we want to monitor. Okay, so you can see here I've added one in already, so it's table number 288, which is the vendor bank account, and on table 288 I've added field number 14, which is the bank account number. So quite an important field there, and that might be one that you want to check when you're when changes are being made to it. Okay, so we can go ahead and add fields in here manually. You can see I can just drill down into the table number and I can select my field number, but equally you can use the add fields batch job up at the top here, and what this allows us to do is add fields in based on their data sensitivity. Okay, so you can basically classify your tables in Business Central, so we will do another video on this, and you can say I want to build my monitored fields worksheet up by the data sensitivity setting on the tables. So in this case I won't pull them through using that batch job, but all that does is it inserts fields from the tables as per the classifications of data sensitivity. Okay, so in here, once you've got the table, you can go ahead and manually choose notify, or you can choose the set for notification and clear for notification, which toggles off the notify. So see, it's checked, it's unchecked. Okay, and I guess it would be useful to know if we can do that en masse. Okay, so I've added in another field here, and let me just clear for notification. I will highlight both lines and let me say set for notification, and see it's setting both of those to notify. Clear for notification is setting both of those off for notify. So just something that may be useful if you have multiple fields in here. You can use these two. You don't need to go down individually and select each field. Okay, so then we've got a few of the links here. This one takes us to the field monitoring setup. We were just there, and we've got the field change entries, which is basically telling us what fields have been changed. Okay, so now that this is set up, what we can do is, once we've got all of the fields that we want to monitor and the notification is set as we want to on those, we can come back and we can go ahead and say start monitoring. So I've already done that in this environment. I don't need to do that again. You do get a little disclaimer just saying be careful of the fields, or the number of fields rather, that you're monitoring, because obviously it could quickly end up filling up your database, which I should also mention, you do have retention policies linked to this functionality as well, so you can go ahead and set one of those up. It's probably a good idea if you're using this. Okay, so what I'm going to go ahead and do now is I'm just going to log in as another user. So I have another window here. I'm just logged in as another user here, Alicia. And what I'm going to go ahead and do is just change a value in the vendor bank account table. Okay, so I'm going to go into a vendor card. I'm going to go into their bank accounts, and I'm going to go in and change the bank account number. Okay, so remember that was one of the fields that we were tracking on the monitored fields worksheet. So I'm just going to say change that to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, now that's been changed by another user here, Alicia, and because we're monitoring that field, what I would expect is an email to be sent to our admin user as per the setup that we have on our Business Central company. Okay, so I'm just going to switch back to my home screen, and I'm going to log back in as my admin user. And before we go into the emails for this user, I'm just going to go into my field monitoring setup here and remind you, look, the notification email account, so who we are sending the email from, is the current user, and the notification recipient here is the admin user. Okay, and if I just flick Windows here into my emails, as you can see here, we've got an email, tells us what's happened. Okay, so it says you are signed up to receive email notifications when certain data is changed in Cronus UK Limited in Business Central. This is to inform you that the following change was made. Okay, so it's detected a change in the vendor bank account field marked for monitoring. The original bank account number value was this, and the new bank account value is this. And then it tells me, look, it was changed by Alicia, and the time and date was this, when that particular change was made. Okay, so you can see, guys, it's quite effective. It's pretty good at tracking those fields. Just depends, what you want to track and what you want to receive notifications about as well. So you don't have to receive those notifications. You can just leave those entries in Business Central. Okay, just whilst I'm here, you do receive another email when you start tracking. Okay, so you can see here I've got another email which tells me that we started tracking fields. So when I press the start and stop here on the field monitoring, that also sends out an email. Okay, so just a few of the things here. So I mentioned that on the monitored fields worksheet, you don't have to click notify here. Okay, so if I go into field change entries, it is logged as a change here. So see, here's that last change that we made by Alicia, and we've got all of the values, so the original value and the new value here as well. Okay, so it's up to us if we want to receive notifications on that. And I guess really, guys, that is everything that I wanted to show you. Just before we finish, I'll say be careful on the number of fields that you're tracking here. This was just 2 fields on the vendor bank account table. Have a think about what you might want to track. Just be careful with the number of fields that you're tracking and the number of fields that you're sending notifications for. Okay, you don't want your monitored fields entries filling up really quickly, and of course you don't want to be spammed with a bunch of emails about field changes which don't really matter to you. Okay, so thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.